And we're back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dark Phoenix Gaming, and welcome back to Stellaris with the Unified Solar Republic. Now, you might notice the dates a little differently. I decided to skip some stuff that wasn't that interesting. It was just me basically researching some random minor technologies that we hadn't got to yet, among other things, and upgrading a few buildings. That was all that happened. But we started researching some actually interesting technologies, so I decided to stick some of it in the video. As you can see from right here. Hyper relays. Which, basically the long and short of what they do, from what I can tell, is they make your ships travel faster if you have a chain of them. So we're going to start building those across our empire. Is the plan. Once that finishes. So, in anticipation of that, I'm going to have my construction ship there that doesn't really have anything to do. Go off and mine up those rare crystals before going to the solar system. And that's some construction work we were doing in that system. There's also actually a tiny bit more territory we can claim for ourselves because of the whole pacifism thing. And we have met primitives, which will be an interesting thing to explore because, owing to our government type and all the ideologies that we're isolationists, we cannot actually invade primitives. We can passively observe them and just basically sit our station in the sky over their heads. That's it. They're atomic age, though. So there's a chance. Acid purifiers. Of course they're going to insult us. That's nice.
Technology researched.
Okay. We have unlocked those alloy nanoplants. Let's see. Here we build speed and empire size from districts. And resource silos capacity. The buffs from that rare tech. I think we'll take it. And let's see here. The Senate is now in session. We are voting on security contractors. Mercenary enclaves give more capacity. I will continue to abstain. Mercenaries are not a facet of Stellaris that we're really participating in. For obvious reasons.
Construction complete.
Oh, I see. There's a big empire over there. That's not great. They're belligerent. I'm going to establish an embassy with those guys. Constitutional dictatorship. Well, technically we are also a constitutional dictatorship. As I said in my lore when I was explaining in the initial first episode, president for life.
Technology researched.
And they're all for an embassy. That's hyperdrive 3. Oh, wormhole travel. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do.
System surveyed.
Okay, and with that, we will build a starbase there once we're done over here. Yes. That's a very small Arctic world, and we're not going to want to inhabit Arctic worlds. Yeah. That was one of the things that happened in the off-camera bit. I let the Kelbron, their inoculator species, and it went pretty well, it would seem. I mean, they're aliens, but they're strong enough that we figure we should probably humor them. And let them inoculate us. We're building that starbase there. Honestly, with a lot of this stuff, there's so many points to defend that if we ever do end up under attack by the Commonwealth or the Star Collective, and there's our habitability, a thingamadoodad. Next level of administration for our planet. Nice. As I was saying, I think it would make more sense under those circumstances to just accept that if that happens, we have to abandon all this space and fall back to, I'm gonna say, the UNIF system. That has a lot of rich resources in it, and it has an ocean world we can potentially colonize. And I can fortify it with a starbase, as well as add a bunch of fortresses down there. Basically turn this into a fortress world. As this is going to be a hostile region, letting any enemies occupy this, but then having the fortress world to deter them until I can sweep reinforcements in to rescue that sector of space seems like a wise strategy to me.
System survey.
I'm not even bothering to clear that place out, honestly, because we are not parking ourselves next to the Marauders. That's asking to be raided every other day, quite frankly. Till we have a lot stronger fleet, that ain't happening. Evolutionary mastery. Gone are the days when the survival of our species was at the mercy of chance. When a human's fate was decided on the whims of nature in the genetic lottery. The engineers of our time work not in steel and concrete, but in the very building blocks of life itself. With advanced gene modification, we will secure the future of our nation. Excellent. See. Vision. not seeing anything along here that's particularly worth it to me, but Imperial prerogative, maybe? I guess. I mean, there's a couple of the terraforming ones I want to get eventually, but World Shaper, Detox, and Galactic Wonders. The other three I'm gonna want. We've already picked our ascension path, so those three, and the one that lets us have more slots on habitats would be nice too, I think. So actually we'll get that instead. I'm gonna try to get us as far as we can, honestly, tonight for this episode, just because I feel like it would be a good idea to make as much progress as possible. Partially given the fact that we're about 2 weeks away from the release of the next expansion, so
Technology research.
if I can finish this playthrough in the next 2 weeks somehow, although it won't all go up in that time obviously, then that would really be nice. To not have to roll back to keep playing. Okay. I swear there's something I was thinking that I wanted to do right now, but I do not remember what it is. And yes, I mean something in-game. It just feels like there's something I'm forgetting. I do not know what it is. I know that we want to fix up the battleship to be more custom. That's not what I'm talking about. Oh. The purifiers are insulting us. Big fucking whoop. Let's see. Exotic gases. Next planet a pump grows out on that we can give a building. I'm going to have it be an exotic gas manufactory to fix that particular problem. Now though we have about 270 and we're not minus by that much, we can stand to be bleeding exotic gases for a little bit, I figure. And now I remember what it was I was going to do. Let's see here. Expansion planner. Just colonizable stuff. Procyon 2 is a tomb world. We have a lot of... Oh, we need climate restoration for that. Fuck. That's a tomb world. We'll do a few terraforming of Arctic worlds, I think. 5K. Arctic and arid. It's going to drain a lot of my energy credits, but we don't have a whole lot of planets in our space that could potentially be terraformed right now. So it's not a huge deal. Procyon, as I said, is a tomb world. Rose Arctic. There we go. Is there nothing else right now? Let's see. Just those. Fun. Gonna slap a commercial zone down on Earth, as our capital's hopefully gonna be more of a money maker, economic type machine than anything. And there is our habitat. We can build some stuff over here. Let's see, exotic gas. Gravitic sensor stuff is done. If we ever need a lot of physics research, that could be a way to do it. Just observe black holes. But disruptors are also nice. Synthetic crystal plant. Yeah, we're getting. If I set that up, then we will be able to, I think, start working towards ending our trade agreement for crystals, because that crystal trade deal is very expensive and we want to get off that so we're not just spending endless money on that shit, honestly. We can now also pick another tradition. Well, since if we ever do end up fighting a war, it will be defensive with us just turtling up, I think unyielding makes the most sense. It will give us faster starbase upgrades, more starbase capacity, and let us get a bunch of traits and perks that just give us advantages when we're defending ourselves on our home turf, essentially. That's what we want. More importantly, though, it will let me pick another Ascension perk, which will allow me to do terraforming of tomb worlds and terraforming candidate worlds. I presume we can't do terraforming candidate worlds yet. Yeah, we need climate restoration for that. And we've uncovered a decent number of them, so that will enable us to colonize
Spaceborne life form
a bunch
encountered.
more worlds. That is all the way over there, too far from us for us to care about, and it is the Holy Guardian Stagnant Ascendancy. Another child. We are the Benthel Protectors, the chosen people of this galaxy. Respect our holy places, and we may refrain from annihilating you. Nice and diplomatic, I see. Yeah, and if you've never played Stellaris, then allow me to explain what the spiritualist Fallen Empire's deal is. Basically, they have some Gaia worlds that are located close to their borders. As long as you don't colonize those worlds, they'll leave you alone. But they consider colonizing them heresy, and if you do colonize them and refuse to remove your colony when they demand it, they will declare war on you. And unless you're like late game levels of advanced, they will annihilate you. So I wouldn't. Just a suggestion, of course. You can be as stupid as you like. But I wouldn't recommend it. I'll do that. This fleet is listed as being at full strength. I'm going to give it its upgrades.
Ships upgraded.
9.3k? Yeah. It's time for us to give the drones a bit of a spanking, I think. Home fleet deploy. Actually,
Construction complete.
we will wait for my battleship here to catch up first. 10.9k. Yeah. I think that'll do it. We still need to get up enough that we have the fleet strength to destroy those Guardians of Zanam and take that system, but we're getting there. They are still overwhelming in comparison. But at the moment, we have the spare alloys to upgrade from Starhold to Star Fortress on all three of our fronts. I can queue that up there. Yes. And honestly, I should rename this from First Fleet to Earth Defense Fleet or something, because that's basically all we're doing is defending ourselves with the fleet. And that particular act has been passed, which gives us a little more naval capacity. That's nice.
Technology researched.
Now we have disruptors. So I'd like ion disruptors next. This is one of the catch-22s of playing a game where you want to be left alone. You can't just not interact with any other empires because they will come after you if you do that. And you can't be totally pacifistic and not have a fleet at all, because then they'll smell weakness and invade you. You need to be strong enough to deter them from starting anything, and be proactive in your diplomacy. And try to make sure the only people who actively dislike you are not your neighbors. I think we'll get another synthetic crystal plant here. Because that will get us to the point where I can actually cancel my trade deal. Right, I'll just cancel it now and wait for that to build. That should do us just fine. Living metals, rogue, dark matter, etc. Okay, what are you guys trying to sell us? A skill 3 governor? Nah. I've got a good enough governor as is. And we're not gonna end up with enough territory. I actually need an additional governor in any case. Yeah. We could upgrade, but I've already sent the fleet on its way. Our course is set. It's not changing now. $22.98. In 2 years, we will have been at peace for a century. Which is something I have never managed to do before.
Engaging hostile fleet.
That will be quite the achievement, if you ask me. Oh. I was not trying to engage their entire armada at once. I hope we can win this. I'll have to keep an eye on our fleet power. Because if it starts to drop too dramatically, then I'm going to have to pull back. It looks like we're doing okay. We've lost like... It's dropped a little more.
Technology researched.
Gene Warrior Army is researched. Nice. Ecological adaptation. Terraform inhabited worlds. Let's see. Fleet Academy. Being able to give our ships more experience from the start seems like a good one. But I want ecological adaptation. For one reason and one reason only. I would like to be able to terraform our continental worlds into Gaia worlds. That would be my ultimate achievement, quite frankly. Okay, we're winning this. Losses don't seem too bad so far. And we have destroyed their base of operations too. Managed to find a relic and plundered some resources. We met a bunch of aliens for some reason. Again, if they want to talk, they can make the first move. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Our second habitat is done. Let's see here. Let's start working on another habitat, actually. Since that habitat is all the colonization we're going to be able to do, really from now on, we should start with that. And we didn't lose much. We had some ships get routed, but we secured that system. Now, I'm going to send my science ship to check it out. So that we can claim that system for our own. That's going to probably be the peak of our expansion for the immediate future. Let's see, what did we actually lose in that battle? 5 corvettes and 3 frigates. Honestly, given what we were up against, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Technology researched.
Ion disruptors done. Particle lances. Yes, please. I mean, we can only fit them on battleships, but... oh yes, heavy particle beam weapons. If you're wondering why I'm so giddy about this,
Construction complete.
this is down to the fact that I've been playing Stellaris basically since it launched. As a result of that, there's plenty of tricks about it that have gone away in the meantime that I still know about, as well as some little factoids. Those include the detail that particle lances, until I believe it was the Apocalypse update in 2.0, particle lances were exclusive to Fallen Empires. Without mods, only Fallen Empires could get particle lances. Which is why I still get a little bit giddy when that technology option turns up for me. 22.99 and Senate's in session again. For tech this time, which that is something we very much want. Let's see. Yes, we have a couple people who are in breach of the Military Readiness Act, so they're not using enough of their military power and don't have a big enough fleet. Oh well. What, are we gonna sanction them because their navy's too small? Not bloody likely. Looking at this here. Making some progress on our terraforming, obviously. That's nice. Citadel technology still being researched. Still being researched. Okay. Oh. We let it go down to a slower speed. I've forgotten I did that during the battle. Okay. Going to try to finish what we can, but once the clock hits 2300, I'm stopping.
Debris analyzed.
And what did that get us? Mining drone laser progress and just some general research points. Pause. And welcome to the 24th century, everyone. Now we celebrate a century of peace. It's under the glorious regime of the Unified Solar Republic and the Grand Protectorate. Peace in our time. For real this time. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this episode and will join me for a moment in celebrating 100 years of not going to war. I'll see you next time for more Not Going to War. See you then, folks. See you then.